ecstatic to put a few more in. I thought we did a good job coming out of our end, but we can always through the neutral zone. I thought we kind of got lost a little bit, so I'm sure we'll look at some stuff, and obviously it's a game 1 of 72, so lots to improve on. But overall, I thought the stuff that you can control as far as your effort and all that was there.
I'm not sure if anyone asked, but obviously they won the Calder Cup. Is it good to have that kind of challenge early on, or would you kind of like maybe slower too, or is that nice to kind of get a good challenge out there?
Well, I think that's a different team than the team that won. Obviously, every year in this league, there's a lot of turnover, but it's always good to play, good teams early and kind of see where you're at. And they obviously play the same style we played last year, and that's obviously a winning formula. So it's good to go up against teams that are organized and kind of have a game plan, and you kind of see where you're at. It's always good.
The Knights controlled a lot of the first period offensively, but that kind of died down throughout the next 2 periods. Was that a change in the Canucks defense or offensively? Did you guys have some mishaps there?
I think our execution probably gave way a little bit. I think we were I thought we came out really flying. We were on our toes. We were excited to play, and you could see it. And I think they kind of settled into their game and gave their push. But I thought throughout the course of the night we didn't execute as well as we could have, but the effort was there for sure.
I think we obviously had the start we wanted to. A few chances early, couldn't grab an early lead, which needs the game to be kind of a back and forth game, which it was. They get one there to go, but I thought we stuck with it. We win the third period to get a point, like you said. Obviously, you'd like to get out of 2, especially at home. But overall, a good point, and we'll try to get 2 more.
Face this team again tomorrow. What can you take from this game moving into tomorrow and then into the season?
Well, I think you can see the dynamic part of our back end. Our D-men, how they drive our play. Our forwards continue to, we're a little young up front, which isn't an excuse. It's just a matter of learning the league, learning what counts. I think we can do a better job of putting pucks in behind them, establishing a forecheck, hanging on the pucks in the ozone, those kind of things. And then for sure we have to make sure we get to the net from. There was times tonight where we weren't around the net maybe as much as we could. A little bit of that we'll have to talk about, and we'll get ready for tomorrow.
You just mentioned the youth. Can you touch on what did you see out of some of the newer veterans coming in, Megna, Davies, those guys?
Well, you could see those guys drove the play. Had Coughlin in that group, right, as a guy that's coming back as a veteran guy. So there's those guys came back and played the game we expected them to play. We got to know them kind of in the last month as we go through training camp here. They're guys that are going to help us win hockey games.
Coming into this season, can you touch on your goaltending effort from tonight?
Yeah, Carl picked up where he left off last year, where he started off his camp this year. He makes a real big save with a joint pad late to give us a chance to tie the game. And I think, obviously, if you don't get that, you go down 2, and then it's a real tough hill to climb. So Carl played well. I thought he was solid for his first regular season start of the year, and we've come to expect that out of him.
Over 2 on the power play, what do you think from that group tonight?
Well, we had the 5-on-3. It's the first unit went out. We haven't had a lot of game reps with those groups. I think it's a matter of guys playing positions and finding ways. I like that we attack. We didn't start with the puck though. When you don't start with the puck and you're having to break out each and every time, it ends up being a long time. So 5-on-3, obviously we would have got one. They've really made some good saves, but overall, that some things to build on.
What did you think of the overtime period in general? Obviously, they maintained the puck for the majority of the period. What would you like to see going forward in overtime?
Well, it's important to start with the puck in overtime. We saw that. Same as the power play. It helps you get off to a good start with your power play. We didn't, unfortunately, we didn't win that battle off the face-off, and we never were able to get the puck back. So they got a line change. We got one guy out off, but at that point, they have 3 fresh guys out there, and then we've chased around for the majority of the minute.
Tanner led the team in points last year. He gets a long goal tonight. What do you expect to see from him this season?
Well, exactly that. A little bit of what we saw as the game went on. I thought his game got better as he went on. He's a big, heavy, strong guy in this league. A guy that can drive offense. We expect him to be heavy on pucks, heavy in the face-off circle, and continue to get to the hard areas to score like that, and be one of the leaders of our scoring group.
The Canucks had a lot of shots close to goal tonight. Can you just talk about the goalie's experience and how he played?
And Baum, yeah, like I said, he's picked up where he left off, and for us, he's one of our backbones of our team. He's our number 1 guy here. He's the guy that we we're going to come to rely on here as we move forward. And like I said, he gave us a chance to win with some big saves in the third period.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.